last session, right? If you remember, so we had
Rajesh, you can start the recording.
Yeah, it's recording is started.
Okay.
You're not seeing the recording. I mean, recording is started actually. Okay, so in the last session, you remember, like we had covered up to frozen set, right? Tuple list, tuple set, and frozen set. This is what we had last time. We had discussed this. Means I think day for yesterday, right? And as I said, right from here, like these are the complex data types actually, right? And from here onwards, what happened, right? You will not have a single value. You have a range of value or multiple value or sets of value you will have. And we had discussed about little thing about what is the difference between list and tuple and difference between set and a frozen set and all, right? We had discussed it, right? So set is something like you will have a list of values or a list of array values, but it will not be in ordered fashion. It means that if you try to print it, it will not print in a ordered fashion. Uh, and one more difference which I discussed is that actually in set you cannot append it, but you can apply a add and a remove, right? That is what I remember I had discussed that. So in the set actually in the set data type, so we cannot we cannot append or means we cannot use append function. Okay, we cannot append the value in the list because in the set or the frozen set, right, it doesn't follow the indexing. So if whenever if you're using set and if it doesn't follow the indexing, it means that you cannot do any kind of a stuff. Like you cannot append. Append means basically try to append it to the end of the set list value, right? But it we cannot append the new value, but we can use add or uh, remove function to do the changes in set list. Set data type. These are all recall bus. Recall. I'm just recalling. Set data type doesn't follow the indexing because the order in which it is printed is not is the order in which it is printed, it doesn't follow the order. So we can even see one more time this one. Okay, so that is one thing. Second, like slicing is also not slicing cannot be done in set data type. This is what we had discussed. Frozen set is something like, okay, here what happened, right? Here in case you can add or remove. In the frozen set, we cannot even do that also. So we cannot do add or remove function in frozen set, different frozen set actually. Right, this is a small difference which we have seen it actually. So let us see the example actually. Like we can let me log into my AWS account. So you know very well that I have AWS account. In that I have already like created an instance and I have already installed the installed what I have installed. I have installed the Python, right? So let's see. I think I have one server where I have installed yesterday, right? Oh, okay. Sorry. I think yesterday I didn't start only. Okay, fine. So let me log into the server. So I'll copy the public IP, go to my downloads directory. Okay, I'll have a put.exe. I already have this profile. Load it, give the public IP, open it. Yeah, you're able to log into the server. Correct. Now, if we execute the Python-FN version, you know that Python is installed 2.78. As well as if you run a Python 3, I think Python 3 is also installed. Yes. So Python 3.7 is also there. So there is a difference between Python 2 and Python 3 guys actually. When in the upcoming sessions, right, I'll be explaining about what exactly the difference is. Because nowadays Industries are not using 2.7. Even Python org, right? The organization who does, do a lot of activity in the Python, right? For the release of the new Python version, even they stopped giving support on Python 2 version because Python 3, it came very long back, like in 2012 itself, or before that itself, the Python 3 came into the picture. So that's the reason what happened in the upcoming days, right? When as soon as any new operating system is coming, right, they will remove the support of the Python 2.7 from that. So you have to go and install Python 3 itself. So there is a lot of differences are there in Python 2 and Python 3, even in terms of data type also. Like for example, here, if I explain you about here the data types, right? The range, it doesn't work properly in Python 2.7, whereas the range works perfectly in 3.7. So sometime like that it happens. It means that you have a Python program where you're having a range of, you are using a range data type. It might not work in this version. So I will show you also like how it doesn't work actually, so that you will understand it. Okay. So in our class, what we will be strictly following, we will follow this Python 3 itself actually. So let me execute this like this Python 3 and say enter. So what I will do, guys, now, uh, yesterday we had discussed about the tuple list and all. I need not to really go with everything because again we are repeating again. But in the set or frozen set, I will show you one more time so that you will recall everything whatever is discussed. And later, once we are completing, we will continue our discussion with the dist, range, bytes, byte array, and none. So these are all the data types, as I said, right? These are the 14 data types which are very important data types in your Python. So if you are saying that, Rajesh, I don't know about all these data types or what is the variables types or data types, you don't know how to program only. Then you cannot program anything. So Python or any language, right? First, you need to understand the data types very thoroughly. Once you understand it, later you have to understand like how to write a function, how to define a function, how to use a model, how to use a libraries and all of that particular programming language. Later you learn all those things slowly. But at the very beginning, right, you have to learn the Python, means you need to start learning about the different data types supported by that language. So Python has a different data types, right? Perl has a different data type, Perl language, Ruby language has a different data types, right? You need to understand those data types. So these are the 14 important data types. You go anywhere, they will ask you what are the what are the different data types, and they will drill you also in this each and every data types. What is it? They'll give a scenario like which data type you use in that particular scenario. So if you have started coding, right, you will understand everything like, yeah, this is the data type I use for that particular requirement like that. Okay. Now, so if you go here and if I want to do a set, you know very well that for set always you use this, like you use this flower bracket, right? This is how the syntax yesterday we saw. So I'll just say A is equal to flower bracket 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40, right? Comma something. I will give some name, Rajesh Singh. Right, you can even give any like floating point. You can even give the boolean value like true, or even you can give something like a 10.20j, something like that can give. And also you can even have a repeated also. Like for example, I have a string Rajesh here, so I'll give one more time Rajesh. Let's see whether this set will accept or not. So enter. So if you do a type of a, so you will see that it is a set type. So and you can even print also. Let's see, it will print any duplication also. Now, if you do a print of A, see, it can print in any order, right? That's what it is not following order. So whereas in case of when you're printing any value from the list, right? So what list is to do? List is to print as a whatever the way it has been, you have been defined, right? You are declared, right? Same way it has to get print. Whereas a set, see, you could see that you don't know in whichever order it requires, it will display it actually. Where are the use case of the set in our programming? I will discuss later. Don't worry now. Now you could see that Rajesh is here, Rajesh is here. See, but while printing, it is not considering the duplicate. It is not printing the duplication. It will print uniquely only one time. Whereas in a list or in a tuple, it doesn't follow. If you're mentioned in the list Rajesh three times, when you're printing it, all three times that Rajesh will get displayed. So here the duplication doesn't work. Means it means that it will consider the duplication, but here in set or the frozen set, it never considered the duplication. It will discard any kind of a duplication value which is in the set array, like that actually. Right. Now you say that Rajesh, shall I print the indexing? Let me say print of a of 0, Because you know that it is printing some episodically in a different order. It means that it is not maintaining any indexing only. If it is not maintaining indexing, how it will print? How you can print any indexing value? You cannot print it, guys. Actually, similarly, we can see that if it is able to print the slicing. Yesterday we learned, right, slicing. So I'll just say 0 to 4. Let me check. Yes, obviously when it is not printing the indexing only, how it will print the slicing? Because there is no order. There is no order in which it is maintained. There is no order at all, right? See, it will throw error. So set object is not subscriptable. That's what this error you're going to get actually. Correct, guys? Okay. Now, can we append any value to an existing set array? Right? Let us see. Okay. To append it, what you're going to do, you're just say a dot append. Suppose that I don't have any 50 value here. Let me add some 50 value here. See, append is not possible in case of set. So set you cannot do any append. Okay. There's one more is a add. That's what here I said. I said while typing here. Where is that, guys? So here you could see that set value, but you can allow it allows the add or remove, but we can use add or remove, right? So coming back here, so I'll just say a dot of add of 50. I will do. See, you can add it. Again, you do a print of a. Now you could see that it has added that 50 value. Similarly, you want to remove a dot of remove of 50 value or whatever value which is there in that list you can give. Even a dot of remove of what is it Rajesh. Now when I do a print of a, see it has removed it, right? So this is what we had discussed in set actually yesterday. Now can I define any empty set? Like you have something like this. Okay, if you define it, but when you do a, I think I should have used some other variable because it will allow, it will not, no, it will have a confusion for you. So I'm defining an empty set with B. B is equal to empty set. Now when I do a type of B, so what you can understand, guys, you will understand it will be throwing, it will showing as a set actually, but it is showing as a dist value. Okay, it means that this is not it. I thought it is a list actually, sorry, set actually, but it's not showing, right? So now you said that Rajesh, I want to explicitly make this B as a set only. Means I need to have a data type of B as a set itself. Don't what happened, right? You have to basically assign like this, set like this, set. Now you do a type of B. So these are all very important, guys. See, now it is saying it is a set. Earlier it was not, it is not taking a set, it was showing the dist. Okay. Why is it? I will tell later. But now you're explicitly making any time, whenever you are declaring any variable of some particular data type, right? You need to use that function name. Like C is equal to see int like this. Sorry, C is equal to int. You're making explicit the variable C as an int actually like this. You can even say C is equal to 10. So based on the value what you're passing, right? The Python will is so intelligent that it understand, oh, 10 is the integer value. Oh, it understand the C is int type like this. Okay, like that. Now if you're saying F is equal to 10.4, so Python is so intelligent, oh, he's using some floating value. Okay, it understands that the variable F is of a type float value, like that. So based on the value what you're passing, right? The Python is intelligent to understand it, guys. You need not to worry about that. But if you want to explicitly mention, no, I want to make the f as a float itself, whatever might be, then you need to pass like this. Then you say the type of f, then it will say that, yeah, it is float only, like that. These are the function, guys, float, int, bool, complex, str. These are all type actually. And these are not, but these are function itself within the Python. Right, and all these things you should know actually. It is very at the very basic step of you to learn Python is to understand the Python variable. Okay, now coming back here. So what I did here, I made explicitly the variable B as a set, right? Set, right? So now what I will do that, okay, I'll do set. I'm explicitly making it as a set. Okay, good. Now when I do a type of B, variable that it is shows as it is a set actually, right? Type of B. Good. So now you say that Rajesh, I want to append a value or I want to add a value, right? To add a value. So to do that, you have to say just something like B dot add of 100 something, B of add of 200, B dot add of 300, right? And then you do a print of A. See, it'll print the value. Oh, it is not printing. So it is not printing. It's set only, no? Type of set only. It has to print, guys. Oh, sorry, I should say print of B, sorry. Why I'm printing it? Yeah, now it will display. So B, right? B is a variable, right? Which I assigned, right? So I did a mistake. A print of A I did actually. It should be print of B. So now you could see that even though you are given in ordered fashion, but while printing it, it can print in any order. It is in an unordered fashion. So set doesn't follow the ordered fashion. So when it doesn't follow ordered fashion, you cannot do any indexing, you cannot do any slicing. These operations are not permittable in set actually. Right now, you could see that I tried to remove, add, and everything earlier. Right? See, I am able to do an add, remove everything. It is supported in case of a set. Whereas in a frozen set case, even that is also not supported. Add and remove also you cannot do it in frozen set actually, right? So how to define a how to define a frozen set? Come back here. So I'll just say I'll clear the screen or else Control L clear the screen. Now if we do a A is equal to FRO, what is it, sir? FRO Z E N set actually frozen set like this 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma.
Rajesh, I do have one question. Can I ask?
Yes,
This
sir.
is
Go ahead.
Giri.
Go ahead, sir.
Can we set multiple variables as set?
I can do, sir. You can do it, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Giri, sir, right? Giri Adoni, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I got you, sir. So it's a frozen set actually. So this is how you have to define, right? So now what you're saying actually that actually now, yeah, it's a frozen set now. Now when you want to print it actually, you can just say print of A actually. See, it will print it. But you could see that it is printing in a episode actually. It means that it doesn't follow any order for printing it actually. Clear, guys? Same thing even in set also. It doesn't follow any order, right? That's all. Now
So
let us
Rajesh, this
see.
STR, INT and all,
Hmm.
do they have some full forms or that is how you have to call it?
You have to call
DICT.
I. No, this is int. I means integer. Float means float.
Okay.
Full. Yeah, you have to call in this way only. Complex str.
STR is
String actually. Str means string.
string.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
DICT?
Whenever you're using any variable A is equal to
Mm-hmm.
like this, Rajesh. If you do a type of A, it will show that A is string, str, string type. Like that it will show. That's what
Okay.
I said. That in the way you are giving right the data right in that way the Python is intelligent. It will understand. Oh, it's a
Okay.
string he
Okay.
is providing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you want to explicitly say that actually A should be string, A is equal to str like this you have to mention.
Okay.
Then if you do a type of A, again it will say that it is string only
String.
like this. Yeah, like this. Okay. So now
Okay.
coming here, yeah, frozen set. What is guys? What we understood frozen set, right? Okay, frozen set is there. Now, for example, I want to add it actually. Like I have something B, sorry, A dot of add of something like 100. So does it permits? Let's see. See, it doesn't permit. Same thing in set, it was permitting add or remove, but here it doesn't support. Okay, A dot of remove. Okay, let us see whether already in the list there is a 30 value. Let me see whether I can remove 30. Yeah, this is also not permitted. This is a small difference you need to understand, guys. That's all. Clear?
Yeah, yes. I mean, the difference is only
Yes.
thing is it will in
Mm,
set variable. I mean, in set data
mm,
type, it will allow us to add or remove.
But you
this
cannot append. You cannot append.
append.
Append is not applicable. Append is even here also it is not applicable. But there you can do add or remove. But here that also is not possible in frozen set.
Yeah.
So yeah, where it is used and all, sir, we will give a we will see in our program. I will give a scenario where we will be using that. It's very important.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So now just a quick this one for you to understand, right? So whenever you are forming a list, actually, how you define a list? A of, open the bracket like this, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 something. This is how the list actually. What about the tuple? Yesterday we learned tuple. How you define tuple? A is equal to, what is the, sir? What is the syntax you're using? Sir, can you tell, anyone tell me? What? Circular bracket, right? 10 comma 20
Yes,
comma.
circular bracket.
Yes. Correct. Good. Comma 50 like this. Okay. What about the set actually? Oh, madam.
Flower bracket.
Flower bracket.
Ah,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, curly.
yeah, correct.
Curly bracket.
Good man. Very good. Okay. What about the frozen set? Frozen set. Why I'm mistake. Frozen set. You need to actually say is equal to A is equal to frozen set, like that you have to say. Correct?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And like that you have to open the bracket and you have to open the curly bracket. Then you have to say like this. Like this. This is how you have to say it actually. Clear? Good. Now what we are going to learn now. Next. Okay, we'll be learning about, see, our half an hour gone only to recap only. Okay. Wow. What is a dict actually? So dictionary is nothing but it's a very nice actually. Dist in is nothing but it's a key value pair actually. It's a key value pair. You might have heard about the key value pair n number of places, right? Key and the value pair. So key is something like a variable name, and the value is something like the value it holds actually, right? It is something like a address, and what is the content within that address, right? Similarly, like so, for example, you go to if you're filling a form, right? Of your any kind of you're applying for the passport and all, now you could say that please write everything capital letter, name, colon Prabhudatta Tripathi. The box will be given. Next line, what is an address? Address is the key, and the value is so and so Panathur, like that he will mention. So it is something like it is maintaining a key and a value pair. Correct, guys? So now how the key and the value, how we can use the dist actually. So let us see the example now. So I will use a is equal to, okay, I can use any variable. So I'll be using the flower bracket like this. Okay, name. Always it should be in single quote, guys. Always like this, and it should be colon like this, and open like this. It should be comma. Like for example, what I can give. Okay, I'll give a location. Comma. Port Bangalore. Something like this. What else you have to give? Okay, account number. My bank account number. Something. Correct, guys? Because this account number is a integer, right? It's integer. You need not to give the code, like single code is not required. Whereas whenever you want to print a string, actually you need to go in the code actually. Okay. So come here and then like you can close the bracket actually. 1 second, guys. I'm getting one call. Only 1 second. Yeah, sorry guys, got a call. Yeah, this is how you have to define it. And if you do a type of A, you know that it will mention is that a dix actually. So this is the key and this is a value, and this is a key and this is a value. This is a key and this is a value. Right now you want to print everything. You know very well that I need to print means I have to just say print of A. See, it will print everything. Correct. Now you say that actually that I want to print it, you printed it. Fine, good. Now, suppose you have this list. Can I append any other key and the value in this existing one? Let us see. If I do a of something here, what I can give the key as something 100 and the value as something like a 10.20 something. Okay, and then do a print of a. So can you add it? Yes, you can add it actually. But the point here is that, guys, here the value key is 100, value is 10.3. You cannot have one more key with the same name. Like for example, a of 100 is equal to 57. So you can have it. I was thinking you cannot have. Oh, it will overwrite it. You cannot have the same key. If you are doing it, it will overwrite the existing one actually. But you can have a same value. Like for example, the if the value is same and if the key is differing, that it will allow. For example, you are having 100:57. Okay. Now you will say that Rajesh shall have something like 101 something. This is the key and the value same thing 57 only. I will keep it like that. Okay. A is equal to 102. See. 57. See, the values can be same, but the key should not be same actually. See, now it will take it actually. So these are key value. See, even though values are same, right? The key should always be different actually, right? If it doesn't allow the same key to have multiple stuffs in case of your dist actually. Okay. Suppose you want to just replace it actually. So suppose I want to replace this Rajesh to some other thing. Like for example, so I'll just say a of how I can say that he is a name actually, right? Sorry guys, a name. Come on. Name of is equal to what the name I can give something Ramesh. Okay, let's do a print of a. See, you can change it actually. If you're giving K and you want to replace with some other name, you can do with this name. It means by using the kind of an indexing, you can change the value actually. Okay, so like this. Any doubts here you have? Key and the value pair. Right. Any key you want to print it, you can print like this. Print of, right, like this. A of how we can do print of A of what is it? Location, huh? Okay. Location. Ideally, it should print. Yeah, it is printing like this. You should use a double bracket wise actually. Suppose you want to delete this account number, like you can just use a del A of same thing like this. What is it? Account number. Let's see, it will delete it or not. Yeah, it will delete it. So when I do a print of A, see that account number is deleted. This key and the value is deleted like this. So you can do some operations onto this dist. Yeah. Okay. So you can replace it. Fine. You can do things. Okay. What are the things? Yeah. Can we have an empty list? Empty dict. Let's see. A is equal to. So if you do like this, and if you do a type of A, I think it will show the dist only. Yes, dist. And if you're doing a print of A, nothing is there, empty. Now you say that A of what is it, guys? Key is 100. Value is something like Rajesh. A of 200. key is something like saying something a of 300. What is it? Lumen, anything, right? A of 400 is equal to 10.7. Anything, yeah. Print of a. See, it will print it. So you can have an empty also. You can define an empty dict, and you can start adding the key and value for like this. So this is the key and this is the value. Key value like this. Okay. Now the one question is that I think I told, right? You cannot have a duplicate value actually. Means that you cannot have a duplicate keys. You cannot have the same key with multiple. It doesn't allow actually, right? Okay, that's all guys. What are the other things? What we have is a range actually. So the next is a range. Right, range operator. Range operator is something like, sorry, the range data type is something like you can define a range value actually. Okay, a range of value. Like for example, here if you come over here and if you do a is equal to a range of 10, something like this. And if you do a type of a, it is showing as a range actually. So this is in case of a 3.7 actually. Suppose the same stuff actually. If you are in 2.7 Python version, let's see. So if if I do a Python -fn version, so I am in 2.7. So if I do a Python interpreter, I just call, and here if I do a same thing, a of range of 10, and if I do a type of a, see, it will show as a list actually. It will not show as a range here. So this is the small difference, guys, in case of a 2.7. And this is the interpreter which I have invoked is a 3 actually. Okay, so if you see here, I just at the beginning I called Python 3. See, when I do a Python 3 as a command line, you are getting into the Python 3.7. Right? Same thing via when I'm doing a Python, see it is entering into the Python shell, but it is 2.7. 2.7, see, range operator, range data type is not properly working here. Clear? So now we will come back to here. So let me do quit here. Okay. So now when you come back here, so it is range actually. Now when you try to print of a, see it is printing the range value from 0 to 10 actually. Similarly, if I do a is equal to range of 100, you know very well that actually, right? It will take the range, it will display the range from 1 to 100. But if you see here, actually, it is not displaying actually any value. Like I need something 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 100. It is not displaying actually. If you want to really display it actually, then you have to some kind of for loop, and then using a for loop, you need to actually display all the values in the range from 0 to 100. Here it is just showing you the range, or it is accepting from 0 to 100 because you are defined as a range of 100. Correct? Correct, guys? Same thing like if I do something like a is equal to range of, we have not yet come to any kind of a programming, right? But okay, still I will do one thing. If I do a 0 comma something big value, see, it will accept very big value range. See, it is infinite, guys. Actually, it can take any big value like this. See, when I do a type, when I do a print of a, this is the beauty of Python is that it can take a very big value. This such big value is not supported by many other compiler. C, C++, or even Java doesn't support this much of big value because it has a limitation actually. So the max, if you see the C language, the max it can support the data type is double or double long, not more than that. Right. So there is a there is a finite values there with which you can have an integer no range actually. Whereas here it is infinite. You can give even if I add 10 with zeros also it will take it actually. Okay. Now you say that, sir, I want to display the value from 0 to 10. Even though it is, if you do a print of A, it is not displaying, but I want to do it. So what I can do that I can write a simple for loop actually, right? And I can do it actually. Okay. Like for example, I'm having something like I'll create a file by name range.py. Okay. What I will do here, I'll just say A is equal to range of 10. Okay. Let me do print of A first. Okay, it will print. What will print? It will print like this actually, right? Range of 0 to 10, like this it will print. Okay. After that, what I'm doing here, I'm using a for variable for loop for variable x in like this. You have to use later. Don't worry now. You'll come across with all for loop, while loop, and all. Then I will do a print of x. Print of x. Correct. Now I'll save this file. So this is the range.py is there. Now you could see that if you do a Python 3 range.py. See, now it will print. See, if you see the script actually, could you see that for this you are printing print a. So print a, it is actually printing the range from 0 to 10. Now what happened? I'm using a for loop and I'm using some variable x in a. A means nothing but this is the variable a of the range type actually, and then you're doing a print. So what it will do that it will first use a 0 and then it will assign to the variable x, and inside it you are doing a print of x, 0 will printed. Again, what is the next value? 1, 2, like this, right? It is in a for loop and you're going to able to print all the value which are there in the range actually. Correct? Now if you do the same thing, same thing as we discussed, so you will say that Rajesh, print me where is from 1 to, oh my god, such a big value. See, and I'll save it. So Python 3. We keep printing, see, right? So unless and until you don't do a control C, we keep printing, guys. See, because it is a range operator, right? So it will print up to this value, whatever you are given. This value it will print like this.
Rajesh, one more thing. If you wanted to print in between the value, suppose 30 to
Yeah, I can do
40.
that also. Oh, okay, we can do. We'll see one or two examples. We'll see. Okay, let me do a control C. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'll do a vi range.py. Okay, I'll remove it. Okay, earlier I gave 10. Let us see any other thing I can give. 20. Let's see what 20 happens. So you know that from 0 to 20 it will print, 19 it will print, 0, 1, 2 up to 19 it will print. Good. What are the things? So you say that Rajesh, I want to print from 3 to 20 actually. So whatever you are asking, sir. 3 to 20. 3
Yeah.
comma 20. Yeah. This let's see.
Okay.
So it will print it. Yes. Okay, good.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
now you say that Rajesh, I want to print from 20 to 10 to 20. So come back here. Okay, I'll replace this with 10 and then print it. So it will print from 10 to 19, like 20, right?
Yeah.
Correct, guys?
All right. Yeah.
Good. Now you say that actually that Rajesh, I want to print from uh, 1 to 20, okay? 1 to 20, comma 3, something. So what will happen that it will give an increment. This 3 is an increment. Like for example, 1 it will print 1 plus 3, 4 it will print 4 plus 3, 7 it will print 7 plus 3, like that. 10 it will print 10 plus 13 up to 19. Below 19 it will print. Let's see how it is printing. Correct now? Can we print from means highest to lowest value? Okay, let me check. I have not tried actually. I think it is done. It is possible. 20 uh, comma up to one value like this. Okay. Now you see. Okay, you're printing it. But twenty to one printing, but what you're doing here, print of X. Okay, it is not taking into the for loop, right? Because because this is the highest value, this is the lowest value. What I have to do that I have to use something like a -3, correct? Or -2 or -3, whatever. -3. Now it will work. See, now it will work. So this is nothing but this is the increment or decrement, whatever you are passing, right? That. So 20 -3, 17, 14, like that it is print. Correct, guys? Now you say that, Rajesh, can I use a slice operator here? Okay, like for example, if I open same script actually, range.py, and let me do one thing. Let me do the changes of 1 comma 20 comma -3. Okay, -3. You're doing a print of a good actually, but I want even the print. I need to slice also, right? I need to use a print of a of from one value to the 4 index value. I need to print this actually. Clear? So it means that what this will do, this will print, it will print as a range of range of something it will print, right? And this you need to print from what is the value from index 1 0, oh sorry 1 to 4 actually. Let's see how it works. So if I do a Python range, see here. So now this is printing actually, correct? This is a range it is printing. If you do a cat of range.py, see, this is printing. This print is printing like this actually. Correct? Right? Or it's not -3, guys. Sorry, I'm sorry. Not -3, 3 actually. Sorry. That's what why last 4x is for loop is not working. I was just thinking. Okay. Now you could see that. So let me print, let me display the content and let me run the program, run the Python. See, first this printer, it is printing the whole stuff, right? So 123 is the same range it is printing, whatever you are giving. The second print is that you are actually giving a, this is slicing actually. So slicing means it will take what is the value first 0. So what is the first value, sir? 0 1. 0 is nothing but the 0 1. The second value is not but 4, right? So it is taking from 4, right? And then what is happening that up to what value? 4 value, 4 indexes. So fourth index value is 13. And then it is using that 3 actually like this. It is doing it. It is printing for this. It is printing this way. And this for loop is applicable for this actually, whatever. So you are just printing the complete, like range value, right? Here you are printing it actually. Now you say that, Rajesh, I want to even print this indexing value. Yeah, I understood 413, but I want to split and index, split and display it or split it like how you displayed this one, right? Or using this for loop. Can I use one for loop for this also? Yeah, you can use it. What is there? So you can open the range and what we can do here. Okay, something I can use something like R is equal to A of 1 comma 4. Okay, that is a slicing actually. And then I'll use one more for loop, like for anything. For y I can use, or I can just say for value in of, you have to mention this r colon, right? And then you do a print of val. So let me even let me even change this variable also. Instead of using for x, I will be using for var something. So some variable name var. I'm using some different variable name var, right? And then here print of var. Correct, guys? So this for is used for printing this slicing. What are the slicing? What is the value you have? And this for loop, this is for printing for this range value, whatever you want to print the range value. Let's see. And you do a Python 3 of range.python. Okay, so you can make out very easily, right? 4 7 10 4 7 10 11. This is for this one. This is for this for loop, and the remaining this from here is it for this. It is little confusing, but you can understand. This is for this for loop. So right now we have not understood anything on for loop. Just I'm showing you that how to split a value. If you're using range, right, you need to split a value means you can use a for loop actually. Okay, guys. So are you clear till here? Can we move further?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, good. Next, what is the next? Next is a byte actually. So byte is also the very important data type actually. Okay, byte basically it is used for doing any operation for your any binary conversion. Binary conversion. Like for example, like there are many, in the images, photos and all will come, like in the web pages and all, right? Images, photos and all, something like what internally in the coding, what they will do, not that images and all, right? They will convert into some kind of a byte code actually. Okay, they'll convert into a different byte format. So by using this special, data type for is nothing but bytes. Okay, so they use it. This is basically used in a very high level program. If you're working on a Python in a very high level, if you're using byte, right, where you have images, pictures, JPEGs, right, those you have to convert into binaries, because ultimately how you store an image, right, an image will be stored in a code with the help of a bytes only, because bytes will help in turn doing the conversion of the binaries to some other different formats. Correct. Even same thing with a byte array also. Okay, so if you see with an example, you'll understand guys what is a byte actually. So let us go here. And now what I will do that I will just say A is equal to bytes of something like a value 10, sorry, 20, 30, 50, something, 60. And when you do a type of like A, it will show us it is a byte actually. This is the byte type. Good. Now, when I try to print it, actually, when I do a print of A, now let us see, guys, how it will print. See, it has printed this, the whatever you are passing, right? This is the integer into some kind of a byte format, actually. So, how it understand means 10 internally, the Python represent it as a B. No, no, this is not about the B, actually. Sorry. Beam is byte, actually. 10, it will considering it as a /n. 20, it is considered as /x. 30 is something like no, 20 is considering a /x14. 30 it is considering a /x, something like that. 40 it is considering as a 1. 50 is considering no, 40 is considering as a /x1. 50 is considered as a e. 60 is considering this value. Like that, it is trying to interpret internally. So this whole stuff, it is actually converted into this using this bytes actually. So byte will convert whatever the binaries are there, right, into the different byte format. So this is also used like a encryption value. It is something like, suppose somebody, you're passing this actually, you're giving this value actually. How you say that, Rajesh, what is this actually is format? This is the byte format, man. This is a byte conversion format. But I need to understand, or I need to have a human representative format, right? I need to always get this value as a list, right? But I cannot understand it. No problem, and you can even dereference also. Dereference means you can even print it also like this. So now you say that, Rajesh, can I do indexing to print what is a 10? Yeah, you can do it, man. How to do it? Print of A of 0. You know this very well. See, it is printing. See, this is 10 actually. It is printing as a 10. Okay, let me do a print of A of 1. Sorry. It will print as a 20. So whatever the value 0, 1, it is an index value, it is printing as it is. But when you're printing the whole byte side, it is actually converting. So this is a small difference you have to understand. Here I'm using an indexing, I'm printing it, it is printing the same value. But when you're printing it, the whole byte, right, the A, it is printing in this format. Okay, good. Now you say that, Rajesh, can we have a, can I want to, I want to print it, everything, all these things actually, separately I want to print it actually, so that I need to get what is the value for each and everything. Right? What is the data type actually? What is the data type, or I want to print it? So you can basically use some kind of a this one. You can even write a program also like vi bytes.py, right? And I can just say A is equal to, let me copy this whole stuff here. So why I have to type it? Then type of print of type of A. Okay, you're printing it, then I can use a for variable X in a colon, and then like you have to say print X. So let us see how it works. So I'll just use a Python 3 bytes.py. See, it is printing it. So you can print in your script also, you can print like this actually. Okay, so now you say that, okay, fine, Rajesh. So this is the what it is printed actually, like this, like this actually, right? Can I use the same thing to print it here? Yeah, I can do it, man. Come over here, open vi bytes.py. Okay, then a is equal to open this. Okay, remove this all the things. Okay. Okay. I think I don't have to use this code actually. I'm just thinking, yeah. What else you need? Okay, here, while printing it, actually, you need to send what format it is. You have to just say it is a UTF, UTF format 8, actually, like this. You have to say print a type of A, and then like print X, and yeah. Let's see that whether it will print or not. So, okay, there's syntax error. Let's see. Bytes of open the bracket and open the bracket. Not here. Sorry, man. Shit. Why B slash that should come inside here. Correct. B of dash in, yeah, like this. UTF 8. Correct. Let's see now. Is it actually? Oh, sorry. Guys, this B is with the byte actually. This is of a byte actually. This slash n, no, this is not with the 10 value. Oh, sorry, I missed it actually. Yeah. So what you are doing it here? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This B is not but byte. Why you have to explicitly mention B? No, this you have to remove. Now it will work. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, now it will work. So I could understand that now I'm just passing this value, whole value here. The same thing over in the.
Rajesh, what is exactly UTF-8 here?
That's a format, man. This is a format, data format. See, suppose,
Okay.
for example, you are saying that, okay, Rajesh, you do one thing, you remove this actually. From here, you remove everything. See, just print this value. Just see what will happen. See, it will print 10 and 20. So, what do you mean by this? This slash n, okay, slash n is nothing but the value 10. It inter represent slash x14, it represents the value 20. Like that you have to understand. So like that slash n is for 10, slash x14 is for 20. Like this, even for the 60, I think it is less than actually, less than sign. So if I do a less sign actually like this, let's see. Yes, less than sign. Yeah. See 60. The slash n does less than, right? This is for the value 60. It internally it represents like that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, got it.
Rajesh, in print command, I mean, why you have given the type of A? Why it is mentioned as
No,
type?
sir. I'm just mentioning that what is a type of A. See, if you see the output, you will understand, right? See, it is showing it's a class byte actually.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, what they have did, no, they have actually they have made it very simplified, sir. Now, So in case of a new Python 3, right, you need not to say explicitly like this A is equal to, just you mention like a B only, byte. And you need not to even mention this UTF also is not required actually. So UTF is also not required in case of Python 3. It will work like this also. Now you see, it will work. You know to mention that earlier how we mentioned byte is equal to something like that is also not required. Just mention B. The Python will understand it's a byte type actually.
Okay.
Now, for example, if I do I'll take one more example. Let me copy this bytes as bytes1.py. Just let that example be. So if I do a bytes1.py. Okay. So what I will do that I will just say, let me do one thing, guys. So bytes of something like Lumen Technologies, anything. There it is. So let's see how it works. Bytes, right? Yeah, correct. So if you do a so for L is nothing but 76. M is nothing but LUMEN, Lumen Technology. See, it is printing the value. Understood, guys? So for every string, right? Even the space is also here. The space also is considering it is printing appropriate. It is printing that specific integer value. Right. So how it converted the integer into the binary, into some kind of a binary format. Similarly, if you are passing a string also, it understands like how the strings will be represented in the binaries. So bytes will internally convert all those things. Right. Or else you say that Rajesh, I don't want to use it. You know very well that now you can remove this actually. So this is a new form, new way of doing it. So don't remove this B and remove this UTF and all. This is all not required in the Python 3. Python 2 only it required actually. So then save this file. And now again you print it. See, it'll work like this. Okay, guys. So I hope you understood today's session. So what we'll be doing in next session, we will be continuing with the byte array, none data type, as well as the further programming. What we'll be doing a lot of other stuffs actually. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yes, right.
Sure.
Tomorrow will be there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow only. Tomorrow we'll continue from byte array.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be explaining few more things in the bytes, and then we'll continue the byte array and then none.
Yeah, sure.
So this we are understanding perfectly. It means that tomorrow, while coding it, it will become very easy for you.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Let me stop the session.